So one of the nice things about Pesach is the Seder. You sit down with your family, friends, and you enjoy a nice meal. We sit down, we try to experience what the Jews experienced when they were leaving Egypt, remind ourselves of the slavery, the freedom, and it's always nice to make it more practical and more relevant to our lives. So I always try to take one or two things from the Haggadah and try to focus on that throughout the Seder, that can kind of be the segue into my personal life. That's one of the things I like to do. So this year, I just thinking of a thought that's connected to the times that we live in. So if you look around in Arizona, I think it just came out this afternoon that over 3 million people were vaccinated. So we're kind of turning a corner to a certain degree in the pandemic and in what's happening. Things are going to start opening up. More people are vaccinated. So we're kind of getting a new sense of freedom. Now, the question is, freedom to do what? Many people wait. They're waiting their whole life till they retire. And then they retire, and the question is, and now what? What should I do? With all the free time, what should I do? Right? So the same thing is that the pandemic is maybe getting a little bit under control, and things are going to start opening up. And the question is, we're free. Free to do what? To play golf? What are we free to do? What do we want to do with our life? Well, what's freedom? What's freedom meant for? What's the purpose of freedom? Sometimes some people might be better if someone tells them what to do, so they know what to do, when to do it, and that's it. What's the purpose of freedom? So the Jewish people leaving Egypt had the same question. God takes them out of Egypt. They were slaves. They had a schedule. They had to follow all the orders, and now they're free. Free to do what? What should they do with their free time? Start playing chess, backgammon, surf the internet. What should they do? Go golfing? What should the Jewish people do as a whole? They were all slaves, and now they're free. What should they do with their time? They're getting mun from heaven. They don't even need to work. What should they do with their time? So God tells them, I'll tell you what to do. If you want to truly leave slavery, you want to be truly free, this is what you do. Let's start counting 49 days to the giving of the Torah. So they were slaves, and they turn around, and they're receiving the Torah, a book of 613 laws. So God was telling them, he says that true freedom doesn't mean that you have nothing to do. True freedom means that you have meaning and purpose in your life. So God said, let me give you the Torah. Let me give you a map to navigate life. Let me give you let me give you the tips and tricks of life. Let me teach you how you say in Yiddish, how you handle. Let me teach you how you work life. So here are the mitzvot, here are the commandments, here are the rabbinic commandments. Let me show you how you can navigate life and enjoy life. So we sit at the Seder, and we're talking about leaving Egypt, leaving our own limitations, and becoming free. What does freedom mean? What are we free to do? So that perhaps the message this year is that over the past year, many of us, in a heartbeat, we would do a favor for someone. We were all locked up. We felt everyone's pain and sorrow, and in 1 second, we were willing to help someone. If someone in the grocery, their credit card declined, we were happy to step up to the plate, pay for their groceries. We were just happy to help, happy to be there for each other, happy to have community. The people in our lives who we were close to, we kept them close. We continued talking to them. It was important for us to keep everyone together and to just make sure everyone around us was happy and enjoying life to the best of their abilities during the circumstance. Well, now that we're free, now that life moves on and there's a change. The question is, are we going to remember the beautiful things that we had in the past year, being there for each other? Now we're free. We're free to do even more of that. We're free to help even more people. We're free to spend more time helping, being part of the community, coming to services, joining a class, being there for each other. That's what freedom is. So as we sit at the Seder, we wish ourselves l'chaim, to life, next year in Jerusalem. Next year in Jerusalem is the ultimate freedom. The ultimate freedom is when a Jew can sit in Jerusalem, go to the temple, bring a sacrifice, live life as Jewishly as he can, infuse his life with as much meaning as possible. So in the coming days until Passover, we have to ask ourselves, what are we free to do? What do we want to do with our life? Do we want to get more involved? Do we want to study a little bit more? Do we want to start a class? Do we want to be more helpful to people? Whatever it is, what part of our life can we find more meaning? Putting on tefillin every single day, lighting Shabbat candles. So as we sit at the Seder, It's a time of freedom, a time to be free, a time to find meaning and purpose. So I wish you all a happy Pesach, and if anybody needs any last-minute Passover items like handmade matzah or Haggadah, I can try my best to be able to be of assistance. So reach out to me. Happy Pesach.